And now, Giant Sports Talk Live. Here are your hosts, Eric and Glenn.
We're talking Giants every day. From McCovey Cove to the Oracle Park lights, Eric and Glenn keep the fire burning bright, fighting for the glory, no matter what it costs us, breaking down the moments from the wins to the losses. Giant Sports Talk, we're here for the ride. Eric and Glenn with the fan base pride, talking dreams, will they contend? But we'll back the Giants till the very end. Let's go, Giants! Yes, yes, yes! Ooh. Eric and Glenn breaking it down, all Giants all the time.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to Giant Sports Talk Live. Series finale between the Giants and the A's. It looked like the Giants had it in hand after the sixth inning, but it was not to be so, as they squander a 4-run lead. At the end of the sixth inning, they were up 6-2. They wind up losing it in the ninth with a score of 9-6. What? Yeah, the bullpen.
And what would my dad say, Eric?
Yeah, there he is. That was a woeful performance by the bullpen. How about that? Unbelievable. And Lou brought this up quite a few times. Will the Giants be able to secure that first sweep? But that elusive sweep is still out there. It is in play because the Giants were not able.
We're the only team?
To get it done, man. They're the only team. Yeah, the only team who has not swept
in the majors.
So there you go.
Will we? That should be up that should be up on the Vegas board. I'd be betting.
There you go. What a mess. Anyways, Giants lose. I mean, they win the series, but again, it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Well, actually, it's the other way around right now. But it's a mess, man. Giants are now back to, what is it, 13 under now? Because if they won, they would have gone 12, 13. Right?
And you got to admit they got lucky last night. Remember?
Yeah, 2
swings homers late after they've choked. So, but go ahead.
I mean, that bases loaded triple by Jung Hoo Lee. That was a ball not played very well by your right fielder out there.
We were lucky. We were lucky today to be even up in the game.
Yeah,
that wasn't a triple.
I see Liam out there, and you know what? Hey, I agree with what he said. It's nice to see because I did not know this yesterday, but Barracoto is from Venezuela, and it looks like there may be some tragedy. I guess the reports are that his family is fine, but I guess his brother's girlfriend unfortunately perished during that earthquake that occurred yesterday. So I'm sure he's playing with a heavy heart. So it's kind of cool to see him go out there and hit another one. And you know what's weird? Alex Pavlovich tweeted us out. That home run today had the exact same numbers as last night. Yeah. It was 108.7 off the bat and 445 feet. How crazy is that? That's the cool stuff about baseball. So again, that was cool to see as far as just seeing the kid go out there and do something again for his home country. So, but other than that, man, Landon Roop had a great game. He went 6 innings, only allowed 2 runs. He turns it over to the bullpen and same old. Glenn, what'd you think, man?
Dude, when it comes to this bullpen, nothing is safe. Nothing is safe. Time for me, Eric, to do this. My favorite part of the show.
Ah, there you go.
Time to crack open a cold one because you and Lou know when they went down, when they went up 6, or they got their 6th run. I beg your pardon. I threw a couple of little in-game wagers on it. One is already paid out. It's already in the bank. I already cashed it out, put it in the bank. That was $250 even. They paid
Hey.
11 to 1. Eric,
Nice.
down
Nice.
6. And then I've got a parlay with a couple of WNBA. Nothing's ever a sure thing. Ask the Giants. But I got a couple of softies in there tonight to clear another $300. This Giants team, I said to Lou, I was texting him, I said, it's only 6-2.
Yeah.
It's only 6-2. And we're going to the pen? I'm going to roll. I'm going to roll with the A's. But anyway, Eric, my heart feels for the Giants, but my banker loves they love the Giants.
It's a man. And and who does anyone ever feel comfortable when the Giants have a lead going into if you have to go to the bullpen and where they got to cover 3+ innings, do you feel good that the Giants are going to get something done?
Didn't just go to the bullpen today, Eric. This all manifested itself because we went to the bullpen and we called in a Walker. And then from Walker, it went on.
Miller didn't do any favors. He didn't do any favors. Yeah.
But I'm just saying.
I hear you. No, I'm with you, man.
Every time this guy, his name comes up, again, guys, Giants are losing and he comes in, play in game betting. Nothing good will come with Walker. Nothing really good comes from the bullpen to begin with. But when Walker's in there, Eric, how long is this going to go before something happens? Like, enough is enough. I've already waved the white flag, so I'm kind of in it for the love of the game. That's it.
That's what it is. I just want to see good baseball. Yesterday we saw a fun baseball game. Today we saw a fun baseball game up into the 6th inning, and then it just came apart. And we had a
chance to add on at one point there in the game, and we had your pal Rafi Devers come up. Let me ask you this before we get Lou's comment, Eric. I know you're kind of getting a little disappointed.
I'm there.
Your thoughts on him a little feeble right now. Let me ask you this: when Rafi Devers is your big, you're paying him a boatload. When the game's on the line, do you really want him at the plate because he doesn't do anything?
Yeah, he hasn't had very many. He's had a few, but not as many as we should see. How about that? Dude,
he's stealing. He is stealing from this club.
Wow. Real quick before you hit this, Lou, look at this. Killian's Kerfuffle Cafe. I kind of like that. All right, Lou, what'd you think, man?
First of all, Barracuda, I hope everything's well on his homeland.
Yeah,
but why does he have something on his cap after we just had a problem on Pride Night and something on a hat? Nobody told him about it. I'm just throwing that out there because it was just a major thing. Now what are they going to do? Probably get in trouble, probably send him down. All right. One thing, it was great to see him hit another homer. This kid obviously belongs up here. I'd rather, to tell you the truth, have him there than Gilbert because I think it's something we got to talk about. All right. I had 2 problems with the game tonight. Why in the hell is Chapman ever leading off? We've talked about this. And I already told you, I never want to see Walker ever in a Giants uniform come in for the Giants. Never. No. He's useless, okay? And worst of all, it's Eric's favorite inning, a shutdown inning. You expect Walker, who's been useless for 2 years, to actually have a shutdown inning? That started everything. And, the other thing, too, is I want to talk about the chat because I could have swore 6 weeks ago off one start, the chat said Dylan Smith is a new stopper. He's the guy that is going to save us. He's the greatest. Where has he been? After the 3rd start, the guy's been mediocre at all. But you guys in the chat said he's your stopper 100%. Even Robert, this guy's the best. Guys, remember, he was on Detroit, got released, and we picked him up. You guys got to remember, it takes a while and realize yourself, he's a giant. Where did he come from? Why would a team like Detroit get rid of him? And we got him cheap, and now you see what's happening.
Flavor of the week.
He was the flavor of the week. So I just want to bring that up because remember, Glenn, you kept saying, guys, relax. Dylan's only pitched a third of an inning. Everybody thought he was great because of that one time. But overall, we have a major problem with our bullpen, which is nothing new. But my biggest problem is I do not know what's happened to Gage, Eric Miller. I forgot our other lefty. They have come in and have done nothing. Nothing. What happened to our lefties? We used to have 4 that were reliable. I know a couple of guys came off injuries, but it's bad. I mean, I would have rather seen. And here the other thing is, do you know who the last time the Giants had finished the 9th inning of a ball game? Tristan Beck. He was the one that got the save on the road trip. They couldn't sign him because, of course, they released him on his 30th birthday. So I wanted to bring that up. But, it's just one of those things where I think we bring up a good point. Another wasted start, which is horrible. And now, Roop has not won since April. Here's a guy. Here, guys.
That's terrible.
6-2. I mean, that, and again,
That's
we all talk
him.
about why people don't want to play for us. Here's just another indication. I know the bullpen has been better, but it's still bad. And now here's what Eric's favorite phrase.
Uh-oh.
Our starting pitching's doing well, but our bullpen is crap. Before, our starting pitching was crap, and our bullpen tried to hold up. It's never consistent both ways. So I'll just leave it at that. I think it's one of those things where what can you do? Today, God, so close to getting a sweep. But again, it's not easy. Of course, we can get swept. We just can't do the other way. And
can't
again,
be the other way around.
1 step forward, 2 steps back. We still have a losing record at home. And, it was one of those things. What are you going to do? It happens. It's baseball.
Lou Marston summoning Robert Rothberg has appeared in the chat.
I see that. What's up, Robert?
But a lot of people in the chat, Eric, are condoning the outfield play, a dropped ball. I think that's the wrong approach on this show, because did you see both teams battling the sun and the breeze today?
It's brutal.
It was an awkward day to catch the ball, so I would never lay blame on anyone. The only person I would blame was that outfielder for the Sacramento A's.
That went for it.
I mean,
Lawrence Butler.
Game still within reach, and he threw himself. He wasn't even close to the ball, and then for it to get to the wall. Were you guys not thinking? I said Lee's got a shot and inside.
I thought he might have. I thought there was a chance.
Nobody was backing him up either. They had to do an Eric. Oh, they had to do this.
Yeah.
They had to run to the outfield wall.
Yeah,
like Eric running around the neighborhood looking for feral cats.
Yeah. There you go. That's a fact. Let's get to the super
Can I
chats.
say one thing too before we go to the super chats? You guys are complaining about outfield play. It's amazing. Did you guys forget about one of the greatest catches I've seen in a long time last night, where Lee saved the game?
He did.
Okay, he saved the game for the Giants. So again, day games are different. It's overcast and windy in the city. It happens. But my God, you guys, that's the biggest problem with the chat. You guys go by game, and you should be going by the whole series. Today the bullpen was bad. I understand that. But you got to remember last night the Giants got lucky because the A's didn't pitch their stopper in the 9th inning. They pitched sort of a middle guy. So, it's baseball. Hey, the Giants won the series 2 out of 3, but today was more like the Giants. And if you listen the last 2 morning shows, and by the audience, people seeing it, you haven't, the A's are hard to hold down, right?
They
have done an amazing time. They have great bats. And the other problem about losing this game is Kurtz didn't do anything the whole series.
Again,
again, they pitched great against Kurtz, but we told you guys in the morning, the A's have a powerful lineup. It's tough. Expect them to come out, and Giants gave them a few doors open, and the A's kicked it in.
And look at that guy we picked, or the A's got. They picked him up. He was the former Met, Eric. Had 3 base hits, sparked the 9th inning. I don't think the Giants are really a good judge of talent, Eric. They're certainly not a judge of character recently, but talent? Why can these other teams pick up these what I'll call strays who produce? I just don't think we're a good judge at picking out talent, Eric. It's a mess.
With the pitching, it was Arise was a great pickup, so I'm not going to fault him on Arise. Bader,
but Eric, today you could say it was the pitching. Tomorrow it'll be the hitting.
Yeah, I know. I hear you.
We only had 5 hits today.
Yeah, I know.
How do we score 6 runs and 5 hits? It was because it really Lee didn't even have a hit. I think they ruled it a hit. That was an error all the way.
That was an error.
Come on.
Should have been an error. Let's get these. We got a couple of super chats here. JB donates $2, says, nice bullpen buster. Does it come in men's? Hey, look at that. A little dig at the Pobo. He donates another $5. Says Walker, Miller, Killian engaged, the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Oh my God! Hey, that's
you couldn't put those guys in a blender and make one pitcher out of them, Eric.
That's pretty good there, JB. And then Rob just donated $6. Thanks, Rob. Hope Greg Johnson is ready to be taking a lot of phone calls from Rob Manfred this summer. Oh man!
I'm not going to leave Lou hanging here today, Eric. I'm not going to leave him hanging.
I have a question.
Going after your chat is great for the channel, Lou. Sure, Eric really appreciates that. But I think our chat our chat doesn't know what's going on half the time.
It's a back and forth.
I'm not leaving Lou hanging on this one. I'll be ready.
I have a question. When I just look at the NL West, our 4 horsemen of Apocalypse. I can't even see my
Apocalypse.
Eyes.
It's all good.
All right, my glasses are fogging up. Would they even be on any other of the teams in the NL West when you think about it? Any of those guys? Are they worthy of being on a major league team? On the Dodgers? No. Padres? No. Even Colorado? No. So, we got to sort of be surprised. We think they're good because they're Giants, but they're just basically average relievers at the best. And we're getting what we paid for, as Glenn always says. I just want to bring that up.
That's 100%. You get what you pay for. There's no doubt. You try to go cheap, well, guess what? You a lot of more times than not, you're going to get cheap back. That's just the way it works. Look, it doesn't always work. Look, and is there time if you do spend a lot of money, does it always work out? No, it doesn't always work out that way either. Both ways, I get it, but there's just too many times the Giants seem to try to bargain basement hunt.
You got to give yourself a chance, Eric.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Like they say on the Titanic, let us out of here. Give us a chance, for God's sake.
Yeah, I mean it's brutal. And again, you talked about, Landon Roop had a fantastic outing. He threw a lot of pitches, but he got through 6. And gosh, as a matter of fact, hey, let's do this. Let's look
I'm delusional. The chat makes more sense than we 3 stooges.
Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah, I might have a block party.
Yeah, let's look at the post-game stats and see what we got here.
And now, today's Giants in Review on Giants Sports Talk Live.
High drive into center field.
Got him.
All right, there we go. There is the final. Athletics 9, Giants 6. Athletics 9 runs on 15 hits. No errors, even though that should have been one out there in the outfield. San Francisco 6 runs on only 5 hits with no errors. The winner is Hartleb. The loser is Killian. The save is Barnett. Let's look at
Did you guys notice in the game today, Eric? Before you get in, I know we don't tackle the stats when it comes to the A's batters. But you notice they were doing all their damage on the back end of the lineup. The top end wasn't producing until the 9th. It was the back end. I think that scored 5 of the 6 were accounted for 5 of the 6 runs, Eric.
That's crazy. Well, there you go. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes the bottom of the lineup will get things going, and then
we used to have a bottom of the lineup, Eric, could do that. Now they're playing on other team. Everybody who could do that is playing elsewhere.
Chapman again leading off. Weird. He had a hit and he drew 2 walks, so he's on base 3 times. But look how many runs he scored. None. Eldridge was 0-4 with a walk. Schmidt was had a hit today. Devers is 0-4. Adames had a hit today and a walk, so he was on base. The 2 times he was on base, he scored. Lee had a hit with 3 RBIs again. That was that shot to right field that Lawrence Butler flubbed. He was able to clean off the bases. Barracoto had a nice hit today. Again, a big 2-run bomb to center field. It put the Giants up 6-2 at that point, but it wasn't enough. Susek was 0-4. I think he got hurt too. I didn't see that part of the game.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened.
I was going to ask you guys the same question because he says he's day to day, and I don't even know who our backup catcher is.
Haas is
it. But he if he plays, who's our backup? If
he goes on the IL, well, it's going to have to be Rodriguez, right? If Susek is off a couple of days, well, then you're going to have to run with just one catcher because you have to put someone on the IL.
Yeah, and if you don't
wanna
do the
bring him in.
IL and he is injured day to day, they're going to have to bring up a backup.
And
So that means
you know
someone's
what
going
that
to have
means?
to go down.
Someone's going to have to be sent down to Sacramento. So who would it be? Is it going to be Gilbert or Cox? Or by the way, Cox's play out in the center field was terrible. I don't know why he wasn't able to catch that, but hey, whatever.
Yeah,
it is what
probably
it is.
Cox or like a Walker because they have options.
So both catchers went 0-4. Cox was 0-4. Gilbert had a pinch hit opportunity. He was 0-4. 2 for 3 with runners in scoring position. Again, they scored when they had runners, but they only had 3 opportunities with runners in scoring position. Again, Roop allowed 6 hits, 2 earned, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. He had a good outing. He deserved to win. But here we go. Look how many freaking relievers they went to. Walker comes in for 2/3 of an inning, gives up 2 hits, and he got those 2 earned runs stacked on his line because Miller couldn't get it done, and he gave up a hit, which gave up those 2 runs. He also walked someone in only 1/3 of an inning. Smith came in for an inning, and he didn't do much. He gave up 2 hits and gave up an earned run, but he did have 2 strikeouts. Killian, that's where it all came apart. The closer for the San Francisco Giants, only 2/3 of an inning, gives up 4 hits, 4 earned. He also walked, so he allowed 5 base runners. Only struck out 1 guy. Gage had to come and finish it up. So you had to go to 5 relievers to finish up 3 innings of baseball, man. When you had it well in hand, terrible.
For an L. Hey, Eric, one of the things too I think we should talk about since we're looking at this. Last night, 13 strikeouts, another 10 today. That's 23 in 2 days. That's alarming, and that's at home. So it's something that, it's almost like we're going back to the times where double-digit strikeouts. And, that's why one thing we keep adding, the shutdown innings big and add-ons. Got to keep adding on. Doesn't matter only in Colorado. You got to do it everywhere.
That's
and
offensively. It's funny. And in our bullpen, did you see the numbers, Eric? No one has a respectable ERA.
No. And hey, let's look at this. Roop goes 6 innings, gives up 6 hits. The bullpen goes 3 innings and give up 9 hits. They ain't getting it done, man. But whatever. Story of the Giants, man. If you don't put together a good bullpen, this is what happens.
Expect the unexpected with this club.
Yeah, right. It sucks, man. You had a chance to go out there and keep the momentum rolling. Now Atlanta is going to come back into town. Maybe they want to get a little bit of redemption because the Giants were able to take those 2 games from Atlanta. So it's funny. I don't know. Is Chris Sale going to be in one of these games? I honestly, I don't know. We'll have to take a look. I'll take a gander at it. But listen, hey, you want to talk about this a little bit? I don't know if you're going to want to keep going around the
names out, Eric. People are throwing names out. Look, Tidwell or Bednar should get a chance. Why? Because everybody else stinks.
Sucks. That's what it is, though. Honestly, I mean, that's where it is.
They're just looking to. It's like the Giants trying to find wins anyway with the lineup, any way they can. With Tinker,
King Kong,
they're willing to throw anybody in. Just we should go with this guy.
King Kong. No lead is safe.
There's nobody adequate.
No lead is safe when the bullpen has to come in. Look, if they have to cover 1 inning, okay, that's a better chance. But if you got to bridge together 3 innings or more, it just doesn't bode well.
But you've talked, Eric, in the last few weeks about, there's a chance we could be trading pitching. We could be trading. Who the hell wants anybody in this bullpen?
Trust me. Someone will, hey.
Really?
Look what no. I got to push back on that because if the Mets were able to trade freaking Dave Peterson, who sucked, I don't know why the Cubs picked him up. The guy sucks. And they gave up a decent prospect. So somebody somewhere out there may value. You know who may be on the move? I was thinking about this last night. Brubaker. Brubaker may be on the move. I don't think he doesn't.
Good.
He's just
Good.
he's not terrible, but he's not great. He's a long inning guy. And there's a team out there that could take a guy that's gonna bridge some innings together to finish up a game. So I could see him. He's not going to be part of the future. I'm sorry, Eric Miller. He has no command, but he's got great stuff. He could be on the move. Keaton Wynn. He could be on the move. I'm telling you, the guys who are on expiring contracts, I would expect to be. Look, the Giants could see 6 guys gone. They're very well. And what are you going to get back in return? I have no idea.
Whatever happened to our pitcher there? They what's his name? B dreadlocks.
Buto?
No, the guy with the dreadlocks. Last year, he didn't even make. He just sent him around at the beginning of the season. Is he still in the organization? Who was our long guy last year?
Oh, Bivens. He's still down in AAA.
Bivens.
Yeah.
So, where's Bivens? It's not even a sniff for him. Like, what are they doing?
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird, isn't it? Yeah, it is weird considering with the issues with pitching. How come we haven't seen Bivens out there?
I love how Lou always talks about guys, the flavor of the week. That's Lou's line, and I've come to really endorse that. It truly is. And I see guys in the chat today, Eric, and God love them. God love you guys. But everybody's talking about Barracoto. Now he's the real deal. He's the flavor of the week. But Eric, I was talking to 2 people earlier today. They didn't even know he was still he was still up. So I mean, come on. It's just the flavor of the day, the flavor of the week. It's there's not enough. Like I said on the show last night, all I can say is too many poodles and not enough pit bulls.
Yeah, hey, that's pretty good. I like that. That's a pretty good description. Let's pivot to this. This morning on KMBR, there was supposed to be an interview with Buster Posey. Well, for whatever reason, Buster Posey was swapped out. They went to the righty.
He was on assignment.
They went to the righty, and Larry Bayer had to go out there and talk to KMBR this morning.
He did a good job. It wasn't as much LBBS as I thought.
Yeah, he did okay, considering what's going to look. There's they did, but he's also there. It wasn't like they gave up state secret. I mean, look, and they're never going to do that. But it wasn't. It was okay, right? It was okay. It wasn't nothing. There was nothing. There was nothing to embarrass the club about, right? Because remember last time, Buster, his comment about what did you want us to do? Sign Edwin Diaz, kind of just. And who knows? Maybe Buster Posey just didn't feel comfortable in that type of setting for whatever reason. But yeah, Larry Berry went out and answered the questions. And what'd you think of it, Glenn? I heard about 3/4 of it.
I thought he answered the questions. He didn't shy away from anything, which was a blessing for this organization.
Yeah.
If you weren't with us last night, we were talking about situations that have arisen in the last couple of weeks in a number of different facets that off the field.
Yeah.
And like the Pride night, half the problem was it wasn't dealt with. It's just being brushed away. Well, it ain't going to go away until it's addressed. At least Larry Baer answered some questions about it today. He answered with some detail. So I applaud him for that. I think you caught it, Eric, on the interview today. I don't know if Lou caught it all. He's all in with this Buster Posey. Whatever Buster Posey tells us, we're all in.
The ownership is behind him.
Yeah. And I'm already disappointed in that because Buster's come out and said, we are not trading Webb. So the problem is going to be, Eric, whether it's next year, the year after, all I can see is similar baseball because he is the path to your future.
And it's funny because what did Larry Bayer say? Larry Bayer said, everything is on the table, but Buster did say that Logan Webb isn't. So, I mean, everything is on the table, but, and again, does it change? Who knows? Look, a lot can change in another month. They could absolutely say, you know what? We cannot pass up what this team is offering us for Logan Webb, and you just have to do it. You're right. There is a price that you can't pass up, and we'll see if a club's going to be able to do that. So we'll see what happens. Fuji, real quick, has a great super chat, $5. I wish Ryan Walker good luck on his next career as a locksmith. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. But anyways, to get back to Larry Bayer.
Don't you feel, Eric, that if they don't trade him, if they stick with Webb, and that seems to be the path they're going to go down, don't you think that is just a missed opportunity? And it just shows us that they're not realistically looking to improve the ball club for the future. Well, we're just going to stick with our old buddy. It's just not Eric.
And if that's the case,
it'll be same old. It'll be same old.
Right.
And old.
Yeah.
Webb will be at least 2 years older.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know. Did we ever get Lou's true feelings on it? Lou, are you
let's hear it,
holding?
Lou.
Are you folding on Webb?
Well, a couple things about this. First of all, as one of the greatest men ever to live, the $1 million man, everybody has a price.
Hey, that's where I was going, Mr. DiBiase.
So the one thing is, you got to remember, I think it was 2 weeks ago, somebody put out the Giants' big three are up for they're listening, right? And obviously you do that for a reason. It could be agents, It could be the Giants.
Due diligence.
You say Webb is off the table. Okay? That doesn't mean anything. All that means is the Giants, he's not a priority. But if somebody comes up and says, hey, we need pitching, we need this, of course they would trade him. But saying that instead of maybe giving, a couple prospects, a desperate team's going to give you more than probably what you would ask for.
Correct.
It's just all about selling, right? The Giants, the problem is you have someone like Larry Bear. What has he done in the organization since he got caught having an affair? He's done nothing. He pretends everything's fine. He's happy the way the Giants are. He runs it, the Giants enterprise. He was the one that said that we gave the exact contract Ohtani. Oh, yeah, we gave him the same. Another lie, right? We didn't match him. Same thing with Judge. Oh, yeah, we figured, hey, we did exactly what the Yankees said. No, you didn't. He lies more than anybody. Okay, so don't believe a word Larry Bear says. I mean, I tell you, when I see him at the games, he's all excited like we're 15 games over instead of 15 below. The other thing is, obviously, Buster has a problem now. I'm sorry, but you're canceling radio shows because you're too scared. Get a fucking sack. If I would have known you were like this when you were a ball player, I would have lost respect for you. But now, you as president of operations, you're too scared to do a radio show? Give me a break. Who are you? You have become so soft. All I know is I need a guy with kahunas to lead this team. I don't want somebody saying, oh, I'm a little bit scared because KNBR. I don't give a shit. If KNBR came on, someone like Dan or Larry Kruger says, Giant Sports Talk Live, you guys don't know what you're talking about. Or the chat, it would mean nothing to me. Okay? Obviously, what we're talking about has an effect because that's your reaction. But, I need Buster to be a leader, and he's not a leader right now. We saw it the other night. Today, everyone's waiting to see how he's going to respond, part 2 on his interview. Instead, he puts Larry Bear, who is so boring. He doesn't get you excited. Yeah, he's going to answer the questions. I almost feel like this is what happened. If you guys want me on, I'll fill in for Larry. Here are the questions, because it was almost like scripted. It wasn't one of those things where the other day when Buster got caught off guard and he had to have help. I think it was all scripted. It was probably known last night, and only the 2 guys on KNBR didn't know about it. And I just think that's a typical of the Giants. They play it scared.
What was nice? JD asked this question. It was really good by him. He said Buster Posey, when he was a player, was known. He was leadership by example, by his play on the field. But when you're an executive, you have to have leadership by communicating and having that voice, because that's one thing that Buster Posey, he wasn't a guy that was a big talker. That's what people had said as far as the clubhouse. He just did it by the way he went about his business. You can't do that as an executive. You can't. You got to be able to communicate. And again, this comes back to that whole issue with the off-field stuff. Communication was a problem. Larry Berry admitted it in the broadcast that we could have done better. And what does that mean? Yeah, you should have freaking communicated a little bit better. So if that's a problem, well, then we got bigger problems ahead for the San Francisco Giants, because that has to get solved. Now, that being said, like you said, Glenn, Larry Bear said that they have full confidence in Buster. And they asked him, hey, would you be willing to do a quote unquote rebuild? And then they said, hey, whatever Buster decides to go, he has our backing.
What's he supposed to say?
Yeah, I know. I hear you. No, I get you. I get you. It's not
What
like
he
it
should
was.
have said, being a leader, Larry Bear, this is how it is. We have faith. Give us a little chance. We're going to get rid of Deadwood by the trade deadline. But here's my thing. If the Giants are 20 games below, Manaea and Buster will be out of a job. Put some pressure on him. Say something so the fans react. Stop giving us vanilla answers to questions that a normal person in charge would answer. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah.
Don't do these softball things. You can hit it out. And stop talking to me like a 12-year-old girl and you're a 16-year-old boy. You're telling the girl what you want to hear. I need answers. Okay, so you had your call today. Has anything been done? Oh, well, we're working on it internally. Don't tell me that. The fans want to know more. Why isn't Buster doing this? Why are you filling in? Why are we still bad? Why do we have 4 Hello Kitty days? Why are we doing this? I'm a Giants fan. I like to come to the ballpark, but I want to see a winning product. You haven't given me that, Larry. Oh, well, we're doing – and forget about it. Stop giving excuses. Stop giving almost like a general answer so you can just get away. Answer it. Why wasn't this done? Why wasn't this done? How can we get better? Does Buster even deserve to be president of operations? That's what I would ask. He's made the team worse. And I know he talked about, he said the one thing I remember from it, our farm system is so much better. Our farm system is so much better the last couple of years. It is. We're still 5-7 years away of being great. What are we going to do for the next 3 years? Especially if we can't get rid of any of these big contracts. We're going to be older. We're going to be slower. And you know what? We're going to be happy in 3 years. We keep what we have here to be 30 games below 500. And we're the Giants. We're not the Colorado Rockies. Come on.
Hey, Lou, we got a couple of good comments in here. What would classy Freddie Blassie have to say about Larry Bear there, Lou? What would he call him?
First of all, have you guys ever seen what Larry Bear looks like the last couple of years? Okay.
What would he call him, man? What was his classic line? Pencil neck geeks, right?
Pencil neck. I was trying to think of the exact
Dude,
word.
I tell you
That's
what.
what he sort of looks like.
Look, I'm not doing it I'm just doing that for funds because
we're talking wrestling. And I'm sorry.
Classy
I'm
Freddie
sorry.
Blassie used to say that to everyone. You pencil neck geeks.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, what's your name again? It doesn't matter what your name is. We need someone that's going to say, acknowledge me. Know who I am. It all comes down to the Giants right now and all these other stations. The Devers thing never got resolved. Okay. The Pride Night really never got resolved. If everything is sort of half-ass, and I think, Eric, you brought up a good point. What they should do is have a press conference. Okay. They're still talking about stuff. Mm-hmm. Have a press conference, get it behind you, as Glenn would say, so it's done with. So we can move on to try to improve.
Because it's festering. And what happens when something festers? It becomes rotten. And it becomes
it's
disease.
going to be an excuse. Oh, well, the Giants wind up 25 games below 500 because, we had all these problems and they were holding us down and all. I mean, come on.
And Eric, don't you agree? Well, you don't have to agree. The product is stale because we never move on. This, as I call it, plugging the dam and bringing a few aged veterans in, and then the long-term contracts, which are going to set us back, and not trading Webb. It doesn't create a fresh vibe. And then if anybody argues, just look, how many more years are we going to say Giants baseball? Nothing like it. I mean, there's nothing fresh, nothing exciting, Eric. It's the same old style of ball. It's never, I've seen signs. And the only reason I've seen the signs is because you guys got guys like Barracuda and Cox and Gilbert. They're playing a little small ball at times, which I really like to see. Gives you a chance to win. But the same old, just grip it and rip it and, throwing poodles at the plate. Devers up in a key situation. Devers is going to get the same rap as Bailey soon. I can sneak out for a cold cut and a Pepsi because he ain't going to do nothing.
That sucks.
Just grown old on me, Eric. The ball club is grown old and nothing is fresh. It's not fresh, exciting.
And that's the thing is because they've been playing so bad. That's what's going to happen.
Even if they weren't.
What's gonna happen?
Eric, if this was a 500 team right now, I'm not really excited with the product. It's not good. It's not exciting. You want to go, as Eric would say for a couple of years on this show, you want to go to the ballpark and be entertained. They're not an entertaining product.
Right now, they're not. Here, guys, Susan Slusser reported almost 30 minutes ago. Susac left with back tightness. Considered day-to-day, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see another catcher in here tomorrow just in case. Can't go with just one.
That's what I said.
Iffy. One catcher. Iffy. I don't know what that means. But yeah, you just
Pablo Sandoval sit with Larry Bear. They'll throw Pablo in the dugout. He's a back.
So we'll see. We'll see how it goes tomorrow. We'll see how it. I'm guessing we'll get more news about that a couple hours before game time tomorrow.
Yeah, and Eric, Atlanta stud sales pitching Sunday.
Oh, the series finale.
No sweep there.
Wow. Goodness gracious. You know what?
Don't all speak at once.
It's time.
Question for Big Lou Marston. Question. We're throwing a lot of people over to there. We're getting them some business, some foot traffic in there at Tommy's. Now, they all know by tuning into the show about the Tommy's Margarita from coast to coast all over the world. What's your go-to on the menu, Lou?
If it's, unless it's the weekend, but Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday when I go, the Chili Colorado. It's a burrito where it's pork that's aged for literally 24 to 36 hours. I can cut it with a fork. Nothing like it. Every time I cut it, somebody goes, "What is that smell? Oh, my God." And I get that, and that's all I need because usually I have like 2 things of chips and dip. And now I'm actually getting guacamole with it because they now got guacamole.
Hey, there you go.
Lou says nothing like it. But unlike the Giants at Tommy's, everybody likes it.
Yeah.
Just saying. And when you go by Tommy's, good chance you'll see somebody like Lou Marston.
Maybe.
You never know. Signing autographs at the front door, welcoming people in like the Walmart greeter. Or you might see a major league pitcher there. You see, hey, it's not like they haven't had their fair share of celebrities drop by over the years, Lou.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if you guys saw in the paper who actually rented out the facility the other day. Did you happen to see that? Had a private lunch.
Who had a private lunch?
Our governor and the soon-to-new governor. He's not getting my vote. But they had a little private lunch. It was in the SF Gate, if you look it up, and Tommy's and Julio were all mentioned, and they opened it up special for those guys. So, but yeah, I think it's one of those things. I mean, I was there one time when Larry Bear walked in, and
nice.
Julio basically said, "Lou, I need you to be on your best behavior."
I was going to say, he walked in, but did he stay when he spotted you in the corner?
So I again, being a trooper. But hey, the one thing about Tommy's is just tell him, I want to try the world famous Tommy Margarita. Giant Sports Talk Live sent me, and they will take great care of you. I mean, Glenn's only been there once. Well, actually twice because the meet and greet, and they love him. They always ask him. And you know what? Enrique is back. Julio's there most of the time. If you're a World Cup fan, I was there last night. They had Mexico was all over the place. They had it on Telemundo. And then again, I faked it. There were 2 girls there. And I'd say, "Hey, what are they saying? I don't understand Spanish." And they're saying, "Hey, we're up 2-0. I said, "Okay, I just wanted to hear your voice." But it's a fun time. everything's great there. And again, guys, there are sponsors. So when you get a chance, go there and have fun. Very reasonable and the best tequila in the business.
Did Larry Bear pick up your tab?
Yeah, right.
Hey, are you going to go there tonight for USA at 7?
I am not. I'm actually going to another place to watch it, which is a USA
right then,
bar.
Easy.
Hey, guys.
Hey, if you ran into Larry, if he walked in tomorrow to Tommy's, okay?
Yep.
I know you had a run-in last year at Oracle Park on a Sunday afternoon, if I memory serves me correct. Would he know who you are, Lou? Would he know who you are? Would he go, oh, Jesus, this guy? Or be like, oh, hey, how you doing? You a Giants fan? Would he just, or would you think he just
No,
play
I
it
mean,
off?
I think, we've had a few encounters. I mean, to tell you the truth, at the Bay Area Sports Hall of Fame was probably one of the worst encounters we ever had. He had a few, and he threw a punch. He only missed by about 30 feet and fell on his ass. He's lucky because if I would have hit him with the left, he would have got up. With the right, he'd still be down.
Whoa. That gets to 5 woes, Eric. Whoa. He threw a punch at you?
Yeah, he tried. He only missed. He was, it's because of what happened before. I have a friend who owns a little bar in Chicago, and I wanted an extra seat next to me, and they tried to charge me, and it was sort of a disgrace where the Giants were there a week before, and he took care of the brass up on a rooftop. It was probably worth about $5,000. The owners were drinking and everything, and then when he came over, Larry Bear, after asking him for 6 months, hey, can I get this extra ticket? Can I get this extra ticket? And he came over to say hello, and he goes, I can't believe you charged my buddy Lou. What a joke. Get out of here and don't ever ask me for anything ever in Chicago again. So it was like, he goes, oh, I didn't know. He goes, Lou called you 5 times, said it was me, and you didn't believe him. And then literally probably a month and a half later, I went to the Bay Area Sports Hall of Fame. And, of course, the Giants were behind us, and I had the front row table, and they were behind us. And I looked at him, and he looked at me. And on the Bay Area Sports Hall of Fame, they have usually 5 people that get introduced, presented to the Wall of Fame or the Hall of Fame. And between 3 and 4, I went to the bathroom. He went to the bathroom, and he said, dude, way to embarrass me. I said, dude, you're the fucking embarrassment. He had a few pops. He didn't like the way I got close to him. He tried to throw a punch. He sort of missed. And then I just looked at him and said, you're pathetic. You're not even worth it. And I walked away. And then, people saw what happened, came over, and I go, nothing. I go, you know what? Why don't you get him another pop? That's all he's good for. And I walked away. But as
all right, that being said,
as your question, Glenn, he knows the area, the seats. I don't know if he knows me, So
that's
where Devers got it from. See, it's the attitude issues.
Here we go. Speaking of coming to blows, I don't know if you guys seen Major League Baseball offered another proposal to. Yeah. This is absolutely ridiculous. There is no way.
And it's purely because of the Dodgers. It's purely because of the Dodgers.
Here we go. Jesse Rogers, ESPN. Here's the league is proposing a max contract length of only 5 years for free agents switching teams. 6 years if you're to retain their own players. No deferred contracts at all. Qualifying offer is gone. Also, 5 years to free agency for players 30 years or older. They also added in a minimum salary would increase to $1 million for players with 2+ years of service, and $900,000 and an extra $100,000 for a full year of service. As far as for those at 0 to 1+ years, they've already responded. MLB spokesman, first off, here's the MLB. Today, in addition to proposing the largest ever increase in a minimum salary earned by over half of MLB players, we accepted 2 landmark changes to free agency that have been in place for 50 years. Okay? Here's the Players Union. After making a series of proposals to reduce player compensation by billions of dollars, eliminate fundamental rights with a salary cap, and destroy the amateur entry process, Major League Baseball and team owners are now attempting to distract from the true impact their plan would have on baseball. These misleading offers are designed to look like improvements, but are a little or no value, given they are expressly conditioned on agreement to the league's cap system, which eliminates the free market and ensures gains for one player only come at the expense of another. The league also introduced a litany of additional restrictions on player rights, limiting salaries, contract length, performance, award, and signing bonuses. While the MLB claims to be acting in the interest of fans, their proposals thus far are entirely consistent with owners' long-held goals, suppressing player salaries and maximizing club profits. Owners' attempts to pit players against players are nothing new, but they failed in the past and they will fail again now because Players Association members remain unified. We are committed to achieving a fair deal that protects the rights of all players, promotes competition, and leaves our game better for future generations.
The game won't be better for future generations, Eric. You know what Major League Baseball should do? Somebody just used the term die on the hill. Let them sit out 3 years. They'll come back begging to earn that paycheck, Eric. My God. Maybe, Eric.
This is going nowhere.
Maybe if players actually got paid less but earned their money, we wouldn't have a freaking bullpen like we have.
It's a mess, dude. I'm telling you.
They're giving it away. Oh, we want everything. It's the product. Eric, this isn't like a 10-team league anymore. This is a watered down. We got guys here who look at the Giants bullpen. We got guys who shouldn't even be in Major League Baseball, and they want like millions more. Stop it. Baseball's going to die, and I really don't care. Sit out 3 years. Sit out, you come begging for your job back.
I don't think that. That's probably not going to happen.
Break the union.
They're not going to break it.
And I was a union guy.
They're not going to break it because
break the union.
It's going to be a mess. Seriously, and the people who are going to get affected the most, it's going to be fans because you're not going to be able to watch any baseball.
We're not going to have any fans, Eric.
Yeah, they risk alienating, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. It's just ain't going to happen.
When is enough, Eric?
Huh? Eddie, he says,
do you agree with the attitude? Okay, go to that. I got to ask you a question.
F both sides, yeah. Bunch of rich, pissy babies arguing over millions. MLB will die soon, yeah. Look, that's the problem. No one can meet in the middle. Both want maximilian freaking demands on each side, and there's nothing that's bridging the middle, so to speak. Because yes, owners are making a shit ton of money. A shit ton of even bad product are making. Look, you got teams out there that are making over $100 million extra because of revenue sharing. So no one is poor that's owning a team. So yes, and look, the same goes for the players. They're getting paid, man. There's no doubt about it. But they got to talk to each other. But the problem is they're talking at each other, and we ain't gonna have no damn baseball. That's what's gonna happen.
You're talking about revenue sharing. What's your thoughts, Eric? And we've been down this road a year ago. Remember Marcus?
Yeah.
Maybe Armand too. Correct me if I'm wrong. I see you in the chat, Armand. There's a lot of fans who are all for the player. Screw the Eric.
Yeah,
players wouldn't have a job if it wasn't the owners. And at the end of the day, the owners own a business. Whose right is it for the player to say, well, you make 200 million more a year. I want 70% of that. I'd say screw off. Nobody comes into my office and says, I demand a raise. Eric, I want $460,000 raise because I know you're making more profit. I'd say, freaking get out of here.
Well, the revenue sharing is between clubs. It's between clubs. It's not between players and owners. It's between the clubs. A poor club is going to get free money from revenue sharing.
No, but there's revenue sharing. I'm using the term revenue share, but players get a cut of the proceeds on the jersey sales.
Yeah.
When is enough, Eric?
Yeah, I hear you.
When there's a $1 billion player, which is not that far out of the realm of possibility. Back in the 80s, when Barry Bonds signed, he got $1 million, Eric, and that seemed like the sun, the moon, and the stars. And now it's a pittance. And there is a player who goes in, ties his cleats, goes out there, sits on the bench for half the afternoon, and then goes home. is he worth millions more than a brain surgeon or a cancer scientist?
No, I get you. That's unfortunately that's just
the fan will argue me till I'm blue in the face, Eric, but I'm just standing by. I love baseball.
You know what it is?
It's going to die. The players are going to do it to themselves.
Yeah, but to be honest with you, there's also owners out there that are. Is it fun to go to a baseball game and have to pay $20 for a beer? That's just ridiculous. I'm sorry, that's ridiculous. That's not because of the players, right?
Don't go to the games.
There you go. But that's what's gonna. Well, that's gonna happen.
And it's the same. Same with the players. If you don't want to play if you do not want to make $200 million, then just don't play.
Yeah, true. No, they'll find another team and they'll pay. That's kind of how it works right now. It's kind of how it works. It's
money's going to.
It's a mess.
It's ruining baseball.
No, it is. Money is going to ruin the game of baseball. That's a fact. So again, the preface this is not calming down. The relationship between MLB and the players union it's escalating. It's getting more crazy because what was it last week? MLB proposed you only could draft college players. You can no longer draft high school players. You can and in the international draft, you can't sign anyone under the age of 18. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, that's what MLB is going to. So now you're trying to tell teams, hey, you can't draft high schoolers. You can't draft international free agents if they're not the age of 18. So it's crazy. They're not getting anywhere, man.
I don't care.
They're just ain't getting anywhere. Yeah.
Let them go play in a softball league.
Well, that's enough for today, isn't it?
Bring your own beer in a cooler.
The recap: Giants lose 9-6. They lost it in the ninth inning. They lost it in the ninth inning. They could not complete the sweep against the A's. Now the Atlanta Braves are in town, so we start the series tomorrow against the Atlanta Braves. Who's pitching tomorrow, by the way? Let me look up. I don't know if you have it by chance. Let me look. Come on. Waiting for ESPN to come up here. Schedule.
So
tomorrow
is Lopez and McDonald.
Yep. Ronaldo Lopez against Trevor McDonald. Trevor McDonald looked horrible his last outing. So let's see what he does here at home. 7:15 start tomorrow since it's a Friday game. So Orange Friday. Post game will probably be around 10 o'clock. That's what I'm guessing. Somewhere around
Lopez 3-5. McDonald. I'm sorry. Ronaldo Lopez is 3-1. McDonald 2-5. Vegas has yet to give me their numbers.
Yeah. Hey, Eric and Glenn, when I'm not sure who's pitching, I listen to the Giant Sports Talk Live morning show, and usually they give me the information. So
there you go.
I'll have to tune in.
There you go. Hey, nice. Very nice.
One of those guys on.
Very nice. How about
that? I'm heading over after the show. I'm going to tune into Giants Preservation Society. They probably just wrapped up the show.
Yeah, they probably are wrapping up.
Guest on today, and he is talking about a book that he wrote. He's actually got a new book about Dutch coming out, but he's got a good book out there. Guys, tune in to the Preservation Society, and you won't be disappointed with today's show.
Absolutely. All right, guys, enjoy your Thursday, and we'll be back at it again tomorrow night for our post game. So be good out there, guys.
Giants suck.
Yeah, buddy. All right, here we go. See you guys.
You've been watching Giant Sports Talk Live with Eric and Glenn, a Northern Lights Entertainment Broadcasting production.